Are you an adult male who's working out weekly, who's eating about 1,500 calories a day, or maybe it's 1,400 or 1,300 or 1,200, but you're still not losing weight? In this video, we're gonna go over why that might be and hopefully help you fix it. If you're new here, my name's Jesse. I'm a personal trainer and online coach based in New York, and I work with men from all over the world. And sometimes as your coach, it's my job to tell you what you need to hear that will lead to seeing the results that you wanna see, rather than just telling you what you want to hear. And for somebody who is aiming for a very low amount of food, let's call it 1,500 calories a day, who's an adult male, who's working out, and who's still not losing weight, often what you want to hear is that your metabolism is fucked, or that you're tracking your macros perfectly and you're some crazy outlier as to why you're not losing weight, or that you're too old now and there's just no scientific way you'd be able to lose weight regardless of what you did. None of those things are the truth. So here's what you actually need to hear in order to start seeing the results you want and actually be able to lose weight. The truth is, there's something that you're missing with tracking your food. There's something off. For example, maybe you're not tracking oil or butter that you're using in your food, in your vegetables, in your rice, or that you're cooking with in the pan. It doesn't seem like a lot, but these are such high calorie foods that it really does add up. We're talking about hundreds, if not thousands of calories in a given week that you could be missing, that aren't being tracked, that are unaccounted for if you're not tracking these diligently. Or maybe it's sauces and salad dressings that you're using on your food that either you're not tracking at all or you're not tracking diligently, meaning you're not actually weighing it out on a food scale when you put it on your salad or when you put it on your chicken or whatever else it is. Or maybe it's liquid calories like creamers, and if you're getting lattes or having a lot of milk and stuff in your coffees. I just last weekend had a client tell me that he was having a latte every morning, like a more sugary latte every day on his way to work, and realized he wasn't being diligent about tracking it, and he was just sort of letting it go by without paying too much attention to it. A latte could be 900 calories depending on where you're getting it from. And if you're just putting a little bit of creamer in your coffee like me, it's still worth tracking it if you're in a fat loss phase. It could be a couple extra 100 calories that you're not tracking. Another possible mistake which I've made in the past is that maybe there's just one specific thing that you're not tracking properly, but you have that one thing every single day. So if you mistrack peanut butter on one day, it's not that big of a deal. But if you're having that every single day, 5 days a week, 7 days a week, and mistracking it 7 times, that's when it really adds up and it really hurts you. An example of this could be tracking the meats that you're eating as raw, right? 6 ounces of chicken raw, instead of when you're actually weighing it out, you're weighing out 6 ounces of cooked chicken. So there's a pretty decent difference here that there needs to be cohesion with. If you're weighing out your food raw or cooked, that you're also tracking it as raw or cooked. There's no necessarily right or wrong. If you can weigh it raw, do that, but often it's easier to weigh it cooked. So just make sure you're tracking it as 6 ounces of chicken breast cooked in MyFitnessPal. Or maybe you're tracking 1 serving of peanut butter, but really you're having 2.5 servings. Like for example, this isn't 1 tablespoon or even 1 serving of peanut butter, but there's people putting this amount of peanut butter on their sandwich, tracking it as 1 serving just because they're having 1 sandwich to make it easy, when really they're having 2 or 2.5 or more servings of peanut butter, which really does add up. Another misstep that I see is that you actually track very diligently for 90% of the day, but after dinner, you stop tracking your food, but you don't actually stop eating. You may reach for an extra snack, a cookie, a couple snacks here and there that you don't end up tracking after dinner. Another common mistake is that you track very consistently and diligently Monday through Friday, but you don't on Saturday and Sunday. And that does make a pretty big difference, right? We're talking about a good 20 or 30% of the week that isn't being tracked. When it comes to tracking your food, there's 100 missteps that could happen, and oftentimes people are making one or multiple of these missteps, and that's what's leading to not seeing the results that they want to see. And this isn't anything to feel bad about, right? This literally happens to all of us. Tracking our food is a learning process. It's a skill that we get better at. I sucked at tracking my food for the first few years of trying to do it on my own because I didn't have any guidance doing it. But now I've been tracking my food for 7 or 8 years. I've got a lot of practice at it. I'm a veteran veteran now at tracking my food, and it comes relatively easy. I can do it accurately without much effort, and it only takes me a couple of minutes per day to track my food now. And as a coach, this is part of my job, to give you a second set of eyes on everything that you're doing, what you're eating, how you're tracking certain foods. And that way, if there's a missing piece to the puzzle, we can figure it out together. Two brains working on one goal is always gonna be better than just one. And if you'd like help to track your food even more accurately than ever before, I've got another video. It's actually a full tutorial on how to track your food accurately. I'll leave it right up here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if it was helpful, and I'll see you on the next video, which is right up here.